Okay, also fangen wir an. Heute wir machen ein bisschen anderes. Das heißt, आज हम लोग जो करेंगे वो थोड़ा सा अलग होगा. We will be doing some printed stuff that I got from some books. हम लोग will just go through some text also. थोड़ी सी vocabulary पे हम लोग focus करेंगे. And we will be doing W Fragen. Also, fangen wir an mit W Fragen. W Fragen. I'm sure that many people must be aware of this W Fragen. जैसे इंग्लिश में होता है what, where, I don't know, और कुछ होता है what, where. No, how is not a W Fragen. Something like that. What, where, और कुछ होता है who, yeah.
What,
who,
where, when,
whom
how.
also,
Where,
yes,
who.
right. So ये W Fragen होते हैं. Likewise, German में भी they are quite similar. However, थोड़े से confusing words इसमें आ जाएंगे जो कि we will focus upon them today. Okay, so and of course moment. So the first W Fragen that I would like to focus upon is that is where. So where literally means who.
Who.
Right? So most likely you might have noticed till today that sometimes I say wer möchte versuchen. Wer möchte versuchen means who would like to attempt it. Now what is möchte? These are all modal verbs that we'll take it in a different class most likely tomorrow. But today what I want to focus upon is wer fragen, and where means who. So for example, I would like to say, let's say, who is your, let's say, friend. Friend. So any guesses? कोई try करके कोशिश करे इसको, how it would be in German.
Where is deine Freund?
Where is dein Freund?
Dein Freund, that's right. So because friend, I am not quite sure, but I think it is das Freund. Somebody please check and confirm if it is really das Freund or
Their friend.
Their Freund.
Their Freund, and then if it's a girl, then it will be Freundin.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. In German, we have student, studentin, Kolleg, Kollegin, likewise friend und Freundin. So, who is your friend becomes wer ist dein Freund? Perfect. Right? So, focus is upon where, W-E-R. Now, because it is first word in the sentence, that's why W is capitalized.
Oder man kann sagen, wer ist deine Freundin?
Absolute right. 100%. Wer ist deine Freundin? Perfect. Everybody supports this sentence? Everybody is in sync with this sentence? Any doubts?
Yes. No.
No.
No doubts.
No problems. All right, perfect. Okay. So the next one that I would like to tell is zweite is wie, W-I-E, and it is literally how. Now we, in a course of time, will see that we is used in multiple senses. We feel, these are all different things. But right now, the literal meaning of we is how. So let's say if I were to ask a question or fragen, by the way, we are talking about W Fragen. That means every sentence that I'll be writing is a question. So I may not be ending up with a question mark, but please assume that it's a question. So let's say, how is the food, right?
We is there is.
Wie ist das Essen?
Yes.
Yeah, das ist it.
Perfect. Wie ist das Essen? Right? Because Essen is das Essen. And if I were to say, somebody else may try this time. How is the newspaper? Let's see. I mean, if somebody is going through the newspaper and want to get the feedback, so how would you say this? How is the newspaper?
Can I try?
Bitte? Yeah, somebody who did not try the last time.
Wie ist die Zeitung?
Perfect. Wie ist die Zeitung? Now, once again, I would request everybody that हम लोग जो nouns याद कर रहे हैं, that is something that you should learn by heart, especially the genders. So at least जो हम लोग क्लास में याद करते हैं, maybe you can try to recall them, और जो भी noun, otherwise जो भी noun हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं उसको किसी पेपर में लिख लीजिए, और make sure कि क्लास में जो हम लोग noun को बात कर रहे हैं जिसके ऊपर, वो that should be learnt by heart. Otherwise nouns are like, there are tens and thousands of nouns, so it's literally impossible to learn their genders. But at least जो vocabulary हम लोग क्लास में याद कर रहे हैं, that one should learn by heart. Übrigens, मैं थोड़ा सा एक ich möchte mehr über wie erklären. Wie is how, that's fine, but there are two uses. Let's say if I were to say how much, then it is we feel. We feel. Remember, it's feel. Okay? And if I say how many, then it becomes we feelen. Okay? You probably have noticed sometimes if you are very happy, if somebody is too happy, so if I let's say if somebody helps me and then I say vielen Dank, right? That's a very common phrase. Most of the time you'll listen. So in English, we sometimes say many thanks, right? So just remember, vielen means many, right? And that's why, as I mentioned here also, how many becomes we feelen, or you can say we feel. Normally we use we feel, not feelen, we feel. So we will focus upon this topic at a later stage, but for now just remember, we is how, and how much is we feel, and how many becomes we feel. Okay? Okay. Dann die dritte Schritt ist was. Okay, which means what. So dieser Wort ist ganz einfach. Zum Beispiel, what are you doing?
Anna?
Yeah.
Ich möchte Ishita zum versuchen.
Okay, mir.
Bitte?
Was magst du?
Perfect. 100%. Was? MACHST 2. And Karthik, can you try and tell me if I am talking to police or if I am talking to a Rathaus officer, then how should I ask this question? What are you doing?
Yeah, so was machen Sie?
Perfekt. Was machen Sie? 100% perfect. So, just to recall, do is a Dutzen form and Sie is the form when I am talking to a senior or in an official environment. 100% perfect. Nun kommt die vierte. Und hier ist ein bisschen anders. Woher? WOHER. Right? And this means from where. Now, something to note here, friends. Woher is a combination. I mean, you won't find a one-to-one counterpart in English, right? In English, if you were to say from where, you'll use two words, but in German, you will simply say woher, right? You won't even say von wo. Anyways, okay, let's go proceed with this one. Woher. So let me give you an example. Uh, let's say we as ausländisches Leute, zum Beispiel, we are the people who are in Germany and we are actually belonging to some other nation. So somebody, if asks us, where do you come from?
Woher kommst du?
Ja, einen kurzen Moment. Ich möchte mehr erklären. When somebody asks us, where do you come from? There could be two possibilities. He or she may be asking which country we belong to, right? But it can also happen that if you are, let's say, in the next street of your house, and somebody wants to just inquire that where are you staying, from where you are coming here. So that could be your address, right? So in this case, if somebody is a little known to you, if somebody knows about you and still asking woher kommst du, or from where you are coming, then because he already knows us, then most likely he is not asking from which country we are coming from, right? So in this case, he or she may be asking what is our address, or at least normally it's not a regular thing in Germany to ask for addresses, but they might be interested in knowing which area you are staying in. For example, in Berlin, there are so many small districts, some close to 15 or 20 districts are there. So you can straight away tell that, yeah, I come from Steglitz, I come from Wilmersdorf, I come from Kreuzberg, or something like that. Okay, so this was just, ja bitte, jemand hat eine Frage?
Yeah, I had a question. So the question was like, if somebody asks you that from your address, then they ask like, woher wohnst du, right?
They will ask, wo wohnst du? That
Oh
is
yeah,
our,
sorry, wo wohnst du?
yeah, wo wohnst du? That is our next step that will come on later on. Also, jetzt möchte ich mehr erklären über woher, und woher hat zwei Bedeutungen. Einen ist von deiner Land, woher kommst du, das heißt, welcher Land gehört dir. Und die zweite ist, kann sein, dass jemand möchte mehr über deine Anschrift, über deine Adresse mehr wissen. Dann we should see the situation first and then answer. So let's say if somebody in Rathaus or somebody in Ausländer Behörde who already has gone through my passport and want to know or ask me woher kommst du. So because he is already holding my passport, that means he or she already knows my nationality and from which nation I come from. So that means in that situation, he or she is interested in knowing my address, not my nation, my country. Also, transliteration of this word is woher, kurz Moment, woher kommst du? And I would ask Shiven to tell me how it would be if I am talking to police, if police ask me.
Woher kommen Sie?
Perfect. Woher kommen Sie? Okay, so friends, there is a striking difference if you would see in this situation. There is always, to an answer or to a question, there are two situations. One is informal and one is formal. Alright, now it's always better to play safe than to be sorry later on. So it's always suggested that whenever you are talking in German to anybody, preferably start with Z only. Once you do Z, at a later stage you can definitely switch over to do, right? However, if you start with do, you probably, it may happen that you won't get a second chance to even talk to that guy in case if he's terribly offended, right? So it's always suggested that whenever you are talking to anybody, always Z Zen, that is, try to be Z. Now, somebody, if trying for examinations, would find it easier to always do Z. Why? Because the verbs are always in infinitive form. So in one sense, it is easier to talk in Z. Like, now, for example, kaufen, sprechen, whatever verb you think about, all are very easy to remember when they are in Z form, that is informal form, that is the infinitive form, right? However, for exam point of view, maybe for A2, B1 or even B2, when there is a Gesprächsrunde, that is, you have to talk to your partner, somebody like you only will be there, and you have to talk to him one to one. In case if you start doing Z all the times, then the examiner who will be sitting and watching you will probably interrupt and will say, please sit, dutzen. Please start dutzen. Alright. So there are two Möglichkeiten, two possibilities. Either you are, when you are preparing for examination, you should learn for dutzen as well as for sitzen. Sitzen and dutzen. However, if you are only trying to, do some Unterhaltung with strangers and you want to just interact with people around you, so you can primarily focus upon Z only. And a later stage, when they are too friendly, they becomes very friendly to you, you can switch over to do. But from exam point of view, you need to remember do as well as Z. Okay. Shivan, that was actually for you because you plan to go for examination, na?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 und 6 haben wir schon darüber gesprochen. Sie sind wie viel und wie vielen. Right? So vielen, also Entschuldigung, it's not wie vielen, es ist wie viele. Alright? So wie viel bedeutet how much? And wie viele bedeutet how many. Right? So let's say, just to give some more clarity upon it, if I am having a pot and I am pouring in some sugar, right? Here is sugar. So sugar are like small particles that you probably won't be able to even count them, right? So these particles or anything which is non-countable, then you will be using how much sugar I need. Wie viel Zucker brauche ich, right? However, if there is a class and has some students inside sitting, then you can certainly count them. So in that case, you will be using how many, right? So how many could be, something which you can count precisely, and how much is something which you cannot count. You can maybe weigh, or you can just give an approximate value, right? So that is the difference. Okay, I won't go too much in deep because it's a regular thing. And correspondent. So 6. Okay. Also 7. 7 ist ganz einfach. Warum?
Why?
Yes, why? Now once again, friends, in the first session I told you this is not warum. This is not a 10 gram word. This is a 50 gram word. What does this mean? When you are speaking warum, bitte?
It will be warum.
Yes. You have to give extra weightage. This is just a fun part that I wrote here. You have to give some extra weightage when you speak. It's not R, it's not it's right? Like, something like घुर्राने की आवाज आनी चाहिए. So when you speak varum, it's like this varum, right? इट्स मे बी लाइक अगर आप मोटरसाइकिल चला रहे हो और उसको न्यूट्रल पे रख के जोर से एक्सीलेटर दबाओ तो हाउ डज इट साउंड्स लाइक? इट्स वारूम. Again, I would request everybody to please pronounce varum.
Wahoo.
Varum.
Fear to
Actually, I think Shivendra uncle has left the meeting.
Yeah.
Varum. Okay, he'll be back soon. Alright, keine Sorge. Also, was ich meine ist, bitte geben Sie extra Fokus, extra Weightage, wann Sie sprechen. Alright. Nummer 8. Die Nummer 8 ist noch einmal, wie soll ich sagen, wie oft. Das heißt, how often? Yeah, how often. Now, once again, there is no similarity between English and German, or maybe very little similarity between English and German. Wie gesagt, früher vielmals. There is no one-to-one word between wie oft and how often. Well, wie oft itself is a combination of words, so you can say that it's not a one word. Also, wie oft, how often do you attend a training, let's say, right? So it becomes, how often simply becomes wie oft. Now, how do we go ahead with this one? Do you attend? How often do you attend training? So ganz einfach is attend. I am not quite sure whether there is one-to-one conversion of attend in German or not. You can use besuchen. By the way, suchen is to search, and besuchen,
Visit.
yeah, is to visit, right? So now that's as I have told multiple times, English and German need not be intermixed all the times. Wie oft do you attend training? So you can simply, instead of attend, you can use besuchen. So you can use it as wie oft besuchen Sie Schulung, for example, oder wie oft besuchst du Schulung or training. Training is also used in German quite often. Wie oft besuchen Sie Schulung, for example. And I think Schulung is die Schulung. Wie oft besuchen Sie die Schulung? Okay, that is very easy. I mean, there's not much to spend time upon. Okay, dann kommt die 9. und das heißt ganz einfach wo. Moment. So the 9 is wo, and that is where. Okay. Now again, friends, make sure these 2-3 words are quite confusing. As I told you earlier also, where is also there, and it is who, right? So these both sound similar, English and German, but they are entirely different words. Also, wo bedeutet where. So let's say if you are let's say, wo ist meine Bleistift? Let's say, where is my laptop? Now again, when you hear where, you have to focus upon the other characters, other words, whether they are in English or in German. Because in case if somebody speaks where and you get confused whether he is speaking in German or English, then both are possible, right? So make sure that you focus upon other following words as well, and make sure that whether it is in German or in English, Also, where is my laptop bedeutet? Maybe Karthik can give a try.
Okay.
Yeah. Wo ist meine Laptop?
Minor, let's say minor. We are not going to focus upon the ending. And laptop, perfect. All right. And then,
I think it will be mine only because it is Das laptop.
No, it's their laptop.
Yeah, their laptop, sorry.
yes. Yeah, so in case it will be mine, no? It won't be E. Am I right?
Their computer. Their
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so here is the word for the day, their laptop. Remember this, their laptop. Also, kann jemand mehr Beispiel nachdenken? Ich möchte alles ein Beispiel geben. Auf Englisch auch geht. Can somebody give some examples? Everybody please give one example. How to use wo, that is where.
Ne?
Wo ist die Bahnhof?
Wo ist die Bahnhof? Perfect. Yeah, somebody else please.
Ja. Wo ist meine Bleistift?
Ja, wo ist meine Bleistift? Perfect. These small endings we are not focusing upon right now because even I am not an expert here. But there are more low-hanging fruits. So first go for them.
What
No.
is Bleistift?
Pencil.
Bleistift is pencil.
Okay.
Pencil. Okay. Noch zwei sind übrig. Geben Sie mir bitte. 2 are still left. Please give some examples.
Wo geht's du?
Wie bitte? Laut.
Wo geht's du?
Wo geht's du? Perfect. Wo geht's du? Perfect. Noch ein, bitte?
Wo bist du gegangen?
Yes. You can simply say, wo bist du? Where are you? Right? And if you write it as gegangen, then where have you gone?
Yeah.
Gegangen.
Excuse me.
Bitte?
It is wo ist mein Bleistift?
Wo ist mein Bleistift? Okay.
Yeah, because it's there.
Der Bleistift. Okay. Okay, so noch ein Wort für den Tag. Der, wie kann ich buchstabieren? Bleistift? BL?
EI.
EI. Bleistift. Richtig?
Yeah.
Wahrscheinlich. Möglicherweise richtig. Also, zwei Wörter für den Tag. Bitte immer erinnern, der Laptop and der Bleistift. Okay, so we are halfway through, but I am not done with my W Fragen. I must. Yeah, bitte?
It's not Bleistift, it's just Bleistift.
Bleistift. So?
Yeah.
Oh, herzlichen Dank. Okay, so I think it's already 31 minutes past, and I would like to take. We will go ahead with this W Fragen later on also, because as I told, I'm not going to cover any topic in any one session. Wie immer. Fragen dazu.
Nein. Alles klar.
Perfekt.
Nein.
Nein.
Maybe a comment. This I noticed that when you say in English, you say what is your address, what is your phone number, what is your name, but you don't say in Deutsch. You say wie ist deine Adresse, wie ist deine Nummer, Handynummer, wie ist dein Name?
Wie heißt du?
Ja. Ja, ich habe es verstanden. Das ist wirklich ein gutes Punkt. eigentlich जैसे हम लोग इंग्लिश में अगर बात करते हैं एंड somebody says something, this guy said something, and this guy could not listen to that thing. So it's not good to say what on all of a sudden, right? We'll say, please repeat, pardon me, something like that we say instead of saying what, right? Likewise, we don't say was, right, in Deutsch also. So suppose if somebody wants to ask a question that what is your address, so he or she will not ask was ist deine Anschrift. Anschrift bedeutet Address, Anschrift, right? So instead of saying asking was ist dein Anschrift, there are some better ways to ask addresses. And that could be wie ist dein zum Beispiel Anschrift, or you can say wie lautet dein Adresse. So it's a very critical point, a very really important point, that we, although we are all Ausländer, but we should try to speak in a soft language. Although the next person will not get offended if we speak a little wrong, but it's always better to keep safe. So instead of saying was in fact, I really don't find that it's used so many times. It's literally used less times. Instead, it's preferred to use we, right? Even if you probably have noticed, whenever you ask something or you comment upon something and somebody could not listen or could not understand, he or she would reply "wie bitte," right, instead of was. So was does not sound so soft as "wie bitte." Okay. Then once again, friends, I would request that whatever homework you guys are getting, please focus upon them, learn them by heart, because very soon we will be having a session exclusively upon what we have learned through homework, right? So that's an important thing, because that's going to build up your vocabulary as well as words for day-to-day Unterhaltung, day-to-day communication. Also, diese neue Exercise geht ein neues Thema, und dieses Thema ist etwas so Lesson. Lesson bedeutet read. Lesson is equal to read. Okay. So let's say the first exercise I would like to take up today is Kreuzen Sie an richtig oder falsch. I request everybody to read this one by one, this complete advertisement. Somebody please take initiative and start.
Apartment mit Parkplatz zu Vermieten.
Vermieten.
Vermieten. Ein Zimmer, ein Bad, ein Küche, klein Balkon, Two-Stock, ohne Möbel, sehr
günstig.
Telefonnummer 030445621.
Perfekt. Jemand bitte versuchen?
Apartment mit Parkplatz zu vermieten. Ein Zimmer, ein Bad, eine Küche, klein Balkon, 2 Stock, ohne Möbel, sehr günstig. Telefonnummer 030 445 5621.
Perfekt.
Apartment mit Parkplatz zu vermieten.
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 Vermieten. Vermieten.
Vermieten.
Ja.
Ein Zimmer, ein Bad, ein Küche, kleiner Balkon, 2 Stock, ohne Möbel, sehr günstig. Telefonnummer 030 44 5, 6, 2, 1.
Perfect.
Apartment mit Parkplatz, zu vermieten. Ein Zimmer, Bad, Küche, kleinen Balkon, 2 Stock, ohne Möbel, sehr günstig. Telefonnummer 030 44 5621.
Perfekt. Also, hier finden wir eine Werbung. Werbung bedeutet eine Advertisement. Hier ist eine Flat oder ein Apartment mit Parkplatz. Das heißt, es gibt einen Platz zu parken für die Verkehrsmittel wie Auto oder etwas. Zu vermieten means to give it on rent. Ein Zimmer, Bad, Küche means kitchen, kleiner Balkon means balcony, zweiter Stock, that is on second floor, ohne Möbel, that is Möbel bedeutet Furniture. Es gibt kein Furniture. Sehr günstig means it is very lucratively priced, very good priced. Telephone number this. Okay, so what I want here you people to understand is when we read any text, we should be able to understand it fully and correctly. That is, even if we have gone through the text, we have read through the words, we should be able to find the right meaning out of it, right? So let's see, we'll proceed with this one. Die Wohnung ist klein. So I would request you everybody to give a try and let's discuss upon it. Die Wohnung ist klein. Was denken Sie?
Richtig,
Richtig.
richtig, because it has only one room, one bathroom, and one kitchen, and no
Okay.
balcony. It's a
Okay.
very small flat.
Okay. Zweite, jemand hat eine andere Meinung? Also, this is richtig. Weil wir sehen, dass es gibt nur ein Zimmer. There is only one room. Ein wichtiger Punkt in Deutsch ist, we don't tick here. We instead put cross. And whenever there is a small box, we always make a cross. We never make anything like this as we are used to in India. Right? So das geht nicht. Also, die Wohnung ist nicht für Autofahrer.
False.
Falsch.
False.
Because it's clearly written like apartment mit Parkplatz.
Perfekt. Ja, so es bedeutet, dass Autofahrer sind eingeladen or they are welcomed. Man soll das Apartment kaufen. Kaufen bedeutet to buy.
False.
Jemand bitte erklären, warum falsch oder jemand hat eine andere Meinung?
Because it's
Falsch.
already written like a zoo vermieten to give it on rent.
Perfect. Okay, nun somebody else will give a try.
Yeah.
Es gibt einen Garten.
Nine, because it is not it is means that there is a garden, but there is no garden mentioned in the advertisement.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. But straight away, if it is written on zweiter Stock, normalerweise garden bedeutet literally garden, wherein there are trees and a big garden. So if there are a couple of plants on a flower pot in balcony, that is not a garden. So if it is on zweiter Stock, that means there is no garden possible.
Yeah. Plus, there is no balcony also, so there is no option.
Yeah, balcony is there, kleine balcony.
Balcony is there.
Yeah. So, but still, let us not confuse balcony with garden here, right? Now, somebody else will give a try on fifth Punkt. Was bedeutet fifth Punkt? Es gibt kein Bett und kein Schrank. Ishita or Shivendra, please give a try.
It is not clear if there is a small bed and shrunk.
Doch, es ist klar.
Doch.
Weil es gibt kein Bett means there is no furniture.
Mobile, it says, yeah.
Ja, aber ist klar geschrieben,
So
there
that
is
that
no
is
furniture.
false.
Na?
Yeah.
Nein, das ist richtig. Es gibt kein Bett, there is no furniture.
That's right, yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So we will go like this. And nun kommt Ishitas Chance zu antworten. Die Wohnung ist am ersten Stock.
False, because the flat which is for rent, it is on the second.
It is on zweite Stock, ne? Perfekt. Und nun eine allgemeine Frage für jeder. Die Miet ist sehr teuer.
False, because it's already written like it's sehr günstig.
Günstig, perfect. So, you are absolutely right, friends. Jeder Wort hat eine Meinung und hat eine Wert. Wert bedeutet value. So, when we learn or when we read advertisements specifically, every word is paid, right? You know, because when we post an advertisement in classifieds in newspapers, they will count how many words you are posting there. Thereby, the advertiser will select only the specific words, and every word has some or the other meaning, right? So you won't see vague words like very beautiful place and with blah 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 blah. Those things won't be there because they have to pay for every word, and every word hat eine Meinung, eine Wert. Okay, so das war eine change from our daily learning. Now we will learn some words. Das ist ganz einfach, das ist nicht mehr zu tun, aber ich möchte euch eine Bildschirmaufnahme, das heißt Screenshot zu nehmen, because these are the words that are most commonly used, nouns which are most commonly used in day-to-day life. So I would request you, please press your Windows button and print screen, and this file will be saved as a print screen file in your screenshots folder in pictures. Okay, word list wohnen. So we are now going to see some word vocabulary in Bezug auf, in relevance to wohnen, that is house or home. Welche Wörter kennen Sie? Kreuzen Sie an, suchen Sie die unbekannten Wörter im Wörterbuch. So you have to search these words in Wörterbuch in case if you don't know them. So I would request everybody one by one to speak out each and every word. Starting with die Adresse.
Die Adresse,
Ja.
die Anzeige,
Moment. One word, one person, vier person. Everybody please speak out.
Die Adresse.
Ja.
Die Adresse.
Mhm.
Die Adresse.
Perfect. Dann hier.
die Anzeige,
Die Anzeige.
Die Anzeige.
Die Anzeige.
Ja. Übrigens, Anzeige bedeutet kind of
Advertisement.
there are multiple meaning like Werbung or maybe advertisement you can say, or even kind of a display, let's say in a platform in a railway station or in a Flughafen, that is airport, you find multiple displays. They are all Anzeige. And in the worst case scenario, if police gives you a ticket, that is if they give you a kind of official letter, that is again a Anzeige. Yeah, it could be for any good reason or bad reason, but they are all Anzeige. So Anzeige hat verschiedene Meinungen oder Bedeutungen. Okay, dann noch einen kurzen Moment. Ja, gehen wir weiter.
Das Apartment.
das Apartment,
Das Apartment.
Das Apartment.
Perfect. Das Apartment is ganz einfach. However, जो important चीज है याद करने की वो है इसका gender, right? So it is always das Apartment. Now this is not bad. Yeah, it is not at all bad. Yeah, it is bad. And bad bedeutet bathroom, right? So हम लोग ने देखा था पिछले वाले में भी bad लिखा था. So that means it's a bathroom. It's and by the way, yeah, douche is also there. It is to bath, right? Anyways, so quickly please speak out this bad.
Das
das
Bad.
Bad,
Yeah,
Das Bad.
perfect. Keep yourself unmuted, everybody, please. We'll go quickly. Bitte here.
Der Balkon.
Der Balkon.
Ja.
Der Balkon.
Ja. Weiter.
Das Bett.
Das Bett.
Weiter.
Das Bild.
Das Bild.
Ja. Übrigens, Bild bedeutet a photo, right? Like what we see in on a painting or kind of something like this. So that is das Bild. Here it is.
Die Blume.
Ja.
Die Blume.
Die Blume.
Die Blume.
Yeah. Blume bedeutet flowers or flower only, and Blumen bedeutet flowers. Okay, weiter.
Das Doppelzimmer.
Das Doppelzimmer.
Yeah.
Das Doppelzimmer.
All right. Okay.
Das
Einzelzimmer.
Yeah.
Das Einzelzimmer.
Das Einzelzimmer.
Das Einzelzimmer.
Perfect. Now I will pick up some words wherein you might make any mistake. I'll just pick out das Dorf means the village. Okay. Die Dusche means the
Shower.
Dusche means to wie bitte?
Shower.
Shower. Yeah. Absolutely right. Shower. By the way, to take a bath means duschen. And tut mir leid, मेरा पेन क्यों इतना मोटा हो गया? I don't know. Just कुछ moment बेटे. ये पतला कहाँ से होगा? हाँ इधर से. Just. Yeah. So what I wanted to tell you is dusche, D-U-S-C-H-E, is to take is shower, but duschen is verb, D-U-S-C-H-E-N. So it is to take a bath. Die Ecke means corner. Okay, remember this gender, die Ecke. Das Feuer is fire, der Garten, das Haus. Die Heimat. Heimat means we can sagen our homeland.
Like, yeah, or villa. Villa is also
Ah,
called Heimat.
okay. Kann sein. Villa. Or zum Beispiel normalerweise wir sagen Heimatland. Heimatland means our home country. Okay. Again, we're weiter. Der Herd is the cooktop. That is, and of course, if you'll see in kitchen, normally we have a cooktop, and which heats up to cook the vessels or whatever we are cooking, and that cooktop is Herd. Der Hund is dog. Die Küche is kitchen. Okay. Please, I would request to speak out this word. Die Möbel.
Die Möbel.
Möbel.
Die Möbel.
Yeah. Ishita? Yeah. Die Möbel. Remember, there is a umlaut. It's not mobile. Make sure it's not mobile. It is Möbel. Also, der Ort bedeutet the place. Let's say if I were to say I went to the market. So I will say ich war vor Ort. That is, I was at that place. So you can just say it as place. Der Raum is ganz einfach. It is room. Schlüssel. Now again, please speak out this word.
Schlüssel.
Der Schlüssel.
Yeah. Schlüssel is keys. K-E-Y-S. Or key only. Der Schrank is, I think cupboard is Schrank, right?
Yes.
Yes. Der Schrank. Der See is pond.
Yeah, lake.
Lake. Yeah, mit Wasser. Just make sure, friends, der See. Der See is pond. And what is sea? I think it is das Meer. M-E, I made extra E. I think it is das Meer. Please confirm it. And here is again a contradiction. Although both are water bodies, pond and kind of समुद्र को क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में? Ocean.
Sea,
Yeah,
ocean.
sea or ocean. It's almost same.
Yeah.
But still, gender is different for both of them.
Yeah, that is thus.
It is
That's me. Great. So make sure that you don't go by the object and by the gender. There is no relation. Thus, sofa, ganz einfach. Die Stadt. Stadt means city.
City.
Yeah? Okay. Der Stock. Stock means a floor. That is, we learned just now. It was that house was on second stock. So that means on which floor it is. Der Stock. Die Straße is the street. Street. Der Tisch is table. Die Toilette. Die Treppe is
Staircase.
सीढ़ियाँ.
I think Treppe is a staircase. Treppe is a step or a stair. Singular.
Treppe Zimmer.
It's something like Treppe at single is a stair. Staircase is something else. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
Treppe is a staircase. Troppelzimmer is a 3-room apartment.
Aber Treppezimmer ist auch da? Treppezimmer, staircase room.
Staircase in a room, I think.
Yeah, maybe actually what happens ना, जैसे यहाँ के जो घर होते हैं, and of course moment, small information can be shared here.
Yeah, Treppenzimmer is a word that
Yeah.
means stair room.
Stair room, that's right. So normally what happens, यहाँ के जो घर होते हैं, ये suppose करो ये घर हुआ, and then यहाँ पे ऊपर एक pointed रहता है, I mean because snow यहाँ से गिर सके, so यहाँ के जो घर होते हैं, जो top floor रहेगा, उसका construction कुछ अलग रहता है. So they normally called as dark house, and there are certain words which are exclusively relevant only in dark house. So maybe Treppezimmer, because I never heard this word, that's why I'm confused. Okay, kein Sorge. Die Uhr. By the way, ये एक अलग टॉपिक है. ये घड़ी में हम टाइम कैसे बताते हैं, इसके ऊपर we'll take another session. Die Uhr is clock. Die Wohnung is the house.
Not apartment.
Yeah, house or apartment, flat, whatever you feel like. Und das Zimmer is the room. Okay, and quickly I would like to take up the other vocabulary also.
Is there a book that you recommend for this kind of vocabularies?
Eigentlich nicht. क्योंकि ये somehow I found somewhere, I have a bunch of PDF files जिसको कि लेके मैं खुद भी overwhelmed हो चुका हूँ. So I don't recommend anybody any such thing. So ये just I found something which was useful for today's session, so I took a screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now wir quickly in next 6 Minuten wir machen fertig mit Essen und Trinken, that is eating and drinking. A very, very important thing. There are two words, Essen and Fressen. So, whenever animal will eat anything, so we call it as Fressen. Like, when an animal is eating something like straw or a cat or dog is eating anything, we call it as fressen. And when human is eating anything, by the way, essen and fressen both are verbs also and both are nouns also. So if we see on a supermarket, on a regal, that's on a rack, for humans, then that is essen. And if in tier house or some supermarket where we get food for cats and dogs, that is fressen. Okay, and never mix it. It's terribly offending for anybody in case if you mix somebody's a sentence wherein a human being is involved and you use fressen. Never ever make that mistake. We'll go upon it later on. Also, der Apfel is ganz einfach the apple. Now again friends, one important thing, although all are fruits you will see, but there are again male and females in fruit and even neuters also in fruit. So just bear with it and try to remember it, right? Die Banane. Das Bier. Das Birne. Birne is what is this?
It is peer.
Pear.
Pear.
Yes, right. Das Brot is bread. Das Brotchen is, I think, that smaller pieces of bread, like buns. Die Butter, das Kaffee. Die Disco, der Durst, das Ei, das Essen, der Fleisch, blah 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 blah. Frühstücks. All people,
Breakfast.
please speak out this word. Das Frühstück.
Das Frühstück.
One by one, please. I would like to listen to everybody's voice. Somebody, please take.
Das Frühstück.
Yeah, Shivan.
Frühstück.
Das Frühstück.
Yeah, Ishita.
Das Frühstück.
Yeah, Frühstück. Yeah, make sure that the pronunciation is absolutely correct. Das Getränk. Getränk. Yeah, this is something to drink. This is, maybe sharbat or liquid, anything. Das Glas. That is the glass. Das Hähnchen is chicken. Der Hunger. Der Kaffee. Die Kartoffel. Die Kartoffel, friends, please remember, it's a very commonly used word. Even in restaurant or in hotels, you'll find kartoffel many times. It's
Potato.
always die Kartoffel, alu, batata. Der Kiosk. Der Kuchen. Die Lebensmittel. This is also a very, very used word. Lebensmittel means something to eat, right?
Or grocery.
Yeah, absolutely right. Grocery, perfect. That is one-to-one word for English. Das Lieblingsessen means the favorite food, right? So Lieblings, again, most of the time you will be using this word once you are in the society with Germans, because most of the time you will be asked this question: what is your Lieblingssport? Welche Sports magst du? So the answer that you should give is, meine Lieblingssport ist Fußball, Schwimmen oder etwas. Na? So Lieblings is favorite. Das Lokal, die Milch, das Obst, das Öl. Please repeat, everybody, one by one.
Yo.
No. Öl. Perfect. Wiederholst du bitte? Ishita?
Das Öl.
Yeah, L. Yeah, Shivan?
Das Oil.
L. Make other. If you are eating something, then you will not be able to speak out this word.
Das Oil.
L. L. L.
L. L.
Yeah, L. L.
L.
Yeah, perfect. That's L. Right? Okay. The pommes frites, it's क्या बोलते हैं? French fries. Yeah, French fries. Die Rechnung is the bill or invoice. Der Reis. Das Restaurant. Again, this is not restaurant. Yeah. When we speak out in German language, it becomes restaurant. So please give it a try.
Das Restaurant.
Das
Hmm?
Restaurant.
Yeah.
Das Restaurant.
Restaurant. Karthik, could you please try once again?
Das Restaurant.
Das Restaurant. Just
Das
ignore this
Restaurant.
T. Yeah.
Das Restaurant.
There should be like a French accent in it.
Maybe like that only. Yes, absolutely right. Ishita, give it a try.
Das Restaurant.
Yeah, das Restaurant. Okay, der Saft is juice. Juice. Sahne is cream, I think. Any type of cream. Der Salat, das Salz. Der Schinken is, I think, some meat. Die Speiskarte is menu. Like when we go to a hotel, we get a menu. Der Tee. Make sure it is Tee. Der Tee. Right? Die Tomate, das Wasser, der Wein, die Zigarette und der Zucker. Okay, so mit dieses Schritt, wir sind fertig für heute. Fragen dazu.
Nein.
Nein, alles gut, alles klar.
Vielen Dank.
Nein.
Alles gut, danke.
Perfect. Then, thank you all for your time and efforts. I wish you a lovely day and we will meet again tomorrow.
Okay, vielen Dank.
Vielen
Tschüss,
Dank.
bis morgen.
Cheers.
Danke. Tschüss.
Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.